Hi there, I'm hellorodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. See, that's a very friendly approach, isn't it? Hi there. Where are my glasses? What happened to my glasses? I wonder if I should get LASIK surgery. Does anybody know anything about LASIK surgery? Where are my glasses? Oh, this is brutal. Where, oh where are my GLASSES glasses? Where are you? Little glasses of love, where are you? I can wear these. I don't need them to read right now. I was gonna pretend to be more sophisticated with my glasses. What happened to them? I've got a pair of glasses that are perfect for when I'm at the computer. And they're always there, and now they're not. They're always there, and then they're not. And here they are, and here they are, here they are. Stomped out that light. Candles are very dangerous. You know, they burned down I don't know how many cathedrals. Okay. I was going to say, it's very friendly, you know. How are ya? Oh, that's sweet. That's friendly. Anyway, you know, I haven't been following this healthcare thing very much, really. You know, I mean, you can't help but know something about it. But now that I'm starting to, here it gets to the end of it, I don't want to talk about healthcare. I want to talk about you. That's right, you. And all the thousands of viewers are now looking at you. If someone that you knew, someone that you liked, and someone that you thought was on your side came to you one day and said, here, sign this piece of paper. We got to do this thing right now, and it's going to be really good for you. It's going to cost you a bunch of money, but that's okay, because you'll make a lot of money in the end, or something, you know, something. And sign this piece of paper. Well, let me read it. Well, you got to hurry up because, well, it's kind of a lot of paper. So just go ahead and sign it. Don't you trust me? You know, I mean, people wouldn't do that. But yet, in the United States Senate, there's this bill that's over 1,000 pages long that they're trying to do that to everybody. Nobody knows what's in the bill except for the people that were there, and the only people that were there were the cronies that were putting it together. So that's not the way to do democracy. It's not the way to do it. You have a bill, you let the bill out, give everybody a week to read it, look at it, go back in and debate it, and then vote on it. But this whole thing of saying, well, there's a 1,000-page document here and we got to vote on it now, there's something fishy going on. And I think everybody knows that. And if you don't know it, then, you know, why don't you know it? Now, my idea I have two ideas that would help on this, I think. One idea is like incredibly great. The other one is good. I'll go with the great one first. I think I'll forget about the good one for this video. But I think what should happen is that this country is dependent on oil. Now, this country also has a lot of oil reserves. So I think we should tap into the Arctic reserves. And I know the first thing people say, oh, but the caribou up there, they're not going to like it. Well, okay, I understand that. But animals are very resilient. You know, they get accustomed to things. You know, as long as the people that are there aren't shooting them with guns, you know, they're not going to be endangered. people take care to make sure that their patterns are not interrupted. It's not such a big deal. Now it's a big deal if the Exxon Valdez crashes, but I think we learned our lesson on that one. But you know, the United States of America is not my cookie jar or your cookie jar. You know, there's Indian tribes that whenever they make plans, they do it like 7 generations in advance, supposedly. I don't know. Do your own research. I've never been in one of those meetings, but you know, that's the thing, 7 generations or something. So that's what we need to be thinking about. So if there's a bunch of oil in the Arctic, it's not this generation's to gobble up and use and waste and just say, okay, well, and then someone says, well, what about the grandchildren? They go, we'll be dead by then. No, that's not the way it goes. So my suggestion, which will never happen, is to drill the oil and then the oil is owned by the United States government and the government sells it to the people at the same price that OPEC's price are. But instead of the profits from that going into the pockets of the sheiks or whoever owns the oil that we're buying oil from now, Venezuela, Saudi Arabia, instead of the money going to those people, the money goes to the federal government. And I know people are going to say, well, the federal government is going to just take the money and put it somewhere else. Well, that's why there have to be laws, that any money that comes off of that oil field pays, the first amount of money pays for the production of the oil, and all the money after that goes to pay the deficit and to provide health care for people that don't have it. Because people need health care. They really do. If you're in a situation where you don't have some kind of insurance or something, you need health care. And I think that should be a priority for people in this country. You know, I really think that should be a priority. So if you have all of those billions of dollars flowing in from the oil fields in the Arctic, and this would go on for the entire duration of the field, that the money would go to pay for health care for people, and anything left over would go in to pay off the deficit. Because if you it's just like let's talk about you again. If you're in debt, if you've got credit card, if you're up to your eyeballs in credit card debt, and you're having to pay these exorbitant amounts of interest on these loans that you took out for that speedboat that you just couldn't live without, then what's going to happen? That's the same thing that's happening with our government. The government has spent so much money on stuff that there's no proof that it was even spent. You know, all of this money that went into the economy to create jobs, to keep unemployment no greater than 8%, now unemployment's over 10% or whatever. That was a total failure. Where's all that money? Where'd all that money go? Now, the healthcare issue is almost like, to me, it's almost like saying, okay, they're going to change the health care in this country. Okay. So instead of doing something that works, like making it small, making the health care one thing, we're going to take the oil from the Arctic, the profits are going to go to health care, and anything left over after that, which is going to be most of it, is going to go to pay off the debt. Then people can get behind that. It takes, what, 5 pages to write that up. It's not a 1,000-page document. And then if people don't vote for it, then you debate it, and you use the moral authority of the administration to say, look, you know, we've got people that don't have health insurance. We've got people that don't have health care. We need, in a rich country like this, we need everybody to have health care. And that oil is sitting up there. It belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to the Democratic Party. It doesn't belong to the Republican Party. It doesn't belong to anybody except the people. So we're going to take the people's oil and we're going to disperse it among the people for health care, and anything that's left over, which is going to be the majority of the money, is going to go and pay off the debt. So we can get out from under this freaking stupid speedboat that we bought, that we didn't need. Nobody really wanted it except to keep up with the Joneses or do something incredibly stupid. Let's get the deficit, let's get the debt paid completely off. Stop buying the most ridiculous stuff. You know, the ships are coming from China longer than football fields, bringing us crap that once we open it up, it gets thrown in the trash the next day. We're just throwing money away. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous just to take money and throw it away. Is that going to happen? No, it's not going to happen. But that's what I think should happen. Hello, Rodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.